All right, Owner Builders Unite. Here we are, Crestone, Colorado, at our Earthship that Goldie and I built. And this is our updated home tour. And what do you think, babe?
Yeah, it's been about 3 years since you guys have seen our place. So we're gonna give you the finished home tour.
Almost finished home tour, kind of.
So here we are. This is our greenhouse. We built our Earthship using the plans for the simple survival model off of the Earthship Biotecture app, which is only $10, and they have all the plans on there, so it's a really great resource. But what we did actually, normally Earthships are only 15 feet deep, so that in the winter when the sun is low in the sky, it's coming through the windows and it's hitting the back tire wall, warming up the thermal battery. But we ended up actually extending our greenhouse quite a bit. So our house is actually 35 feet deep.
And our buddy Christine, he built a earth bag house down the road from us. He was the one who recommended it. He came over and was like, God damn it, this place is too small. You need to make it bigger. Trust me. And we trusted him, and it was a lot more work. And I think it was worth it. What do you think?
Yeah, so now we ended up with this really nice sized greenhouse, which I love. It's about 12 by 50 feet. This is our planter cell. So traditionally, Earthships have a gray water planter cell that is used to filter water from the shower and sink and reuse it to flush the toilets.
And normally they're in the ground, and on this one, I didn't want to dig next to our front. That's a tire wall there I put a bond beam on top on our front wall, 3 tires high, bond beam, double sill plate. And I didn't want to dig down next to our tires, so we did a raised planter cell system.
Looks great.
Plaster. Goldie did all this cool work here.
Go Goldie. Very cool.
And so it is a functioning, or was a functioning, it's currently shut down, gray water planter cell. And then this is our other little mini planter cell, wicking style bed that feeds into the same system. We can talk more about that later. And Goldie has a cool little bathtub over here.
This is the bathtub zone. We salvaged all of this flagstone in here from a backyard in Denver. We got it for free, but we had to move it. That was kind of a theme of a lot of the materials in this house. I spent like a whole summer up in Denver getting sliding glass door replacement windows. I don't know if we talked about that in any of our other videos, but basically all of this glass we got salvaged. We bought a couple of those tiny ones up top from Home Depot.
And actually the ones we bought are broken. So every piece of glass we got that is salvaged, we probably spent like $300 to $400 on all of our glass total.
Great deal.
Just, yeah, throwing people $100 here and there for sliding glass doors and stuff.
And that's one of the examples of, you know, it can be cheap, well done, or fast. Right, and so we got the windows for free, so they were cheap, but we had to strip them all and custom frame every single window in because they were different sizes. So, yeah, and then these are the bottle walls. This is one of my favorite parts of our house. We actually use these little glass beads in the plaster to kind of give it a little extra shine. Spent a lot of time digging through the recycling dumpsters up in Salida to get the blue glass out, and had a lot of friends help me drinking blue drinks. So, yeah.
And you did some on your berm, on the tire too. Cool.
Yeah, I put that all over all the plaster. And the bathroom.
Beautiful.
So
Cool sink.
yeah, that's a fun sink. And I did used all the glass shards from the bottles and made a little epoxy countertop. This shower wall is like another, I put bottles in it, but this is just a rebar frame that we plastered.
Great tile job, Goldie.
Thank you. I learned how to do it in there. Casa Bonita ceiling.
Casa Bonita.
Represent.
So you can see at this kind of seam, this is where the tire wall turns out, what they call the wing wall. So this is as far out as the tires go, and then everything else is conventionally framed after that. And we got these big posts and beams from the lumber yard across the valley, Mountain Valley Lumber. And then here's our room. Do you want to talk about the floors?
Yeah, earthen floors. We have radiant floor tubes set in it. There's 2 loops in here. We're actually not running them. Our house functions pretty well. We use a backup wood stove in the wintertime. Here and there, we probably burn about a quarter of wood a year in this house. Recycled flooring. Goldie's uncle's an electrician. He scored us a lot of that out of dumpsters. We scored the rest out of dumpsters in Denver. This wall finish over here and in the greenhouse, that's just the D-log cutoffs from Baxter's Mill, the same lumber yard we got our big post from. That was super cheap, a lot of work into it. Earthen walls over our tires. We didn't want to use too much concrete. That was a lot of work. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, we did this earthen finish, and there's a gold micaceous paint on there, and we love it. And then here's our mechanical room. This is where we keep our batteries. We got 16 L16s in here. There's 8 up top, 8 on the bottom. This is our AC panel standard. Here's our inverter. Here's our charge controller. It's about 3,000 watts coming in, and one of my favorite parts about this house is the dump load system that we use to heat our hot water. And it's when our batteries get full in the at about like 10 or 11 in the morning, they become full and it goes to a float mode. When it goes to float, it switches on this relay that then goes to a DC 48 volt DC element, because our system's 48 volts, DC element, hot water tank element that I bought off Missouri Wind and Solar, and they're 1,000 watts each. There's a 1,000 watt element up top, 1,000 watt on the bottom, 48 volt DC. That's what heats our hot water. I actually shut down the top one and left the bottom one on, and we make plenty of hot water for me and Goldie.
So no propane.
No propane to heat the hot water. It's electrically heated. We have enough hot water for her and I. If we have like family members in town and there's a lot of people and someone's doing dishes and someone takes a bath and someone takes a shower, we will run a little low. We don't have a backup system yet for it, but that's in the plan for the future. Yeah, pressure tank back over here and stuff, just plumbing things. And I just want to say something quick.
Oh yeah.
And I think that dump load hot water system is the most underrated off-grid system out there. So if you guys are thinking about going off-grid, consider the dump load. You can ask about it in the comments. My buddy Chuck Cassidy, he's got a YouTube channel. He's the one that taught me about the dump load system, and my buddy Eric Mackey helped me set it up. So thanks to you guys for that.
And good job, Matt. Matt figured out how to wire and do the electrical, do the plumbing. He figured it all out here on his own. So
Good job, Matt.
well,
Thanks.
not on your own, with a lot of help.
A lot of help.
This is a fun bottle wall that my godson Kyan helped me with. So good job, Kai. He wanted to do all clear.
Cayenne.
And so Goldie did all the bottles. I didn't touch any of these bottles or any tile. That was my goal, was to not do any of that. And big ups to Goldie. And it's the same system as our bedroom with the floor, and it's an earthen floor, 3 loops in this, radiant setup that we're not hooked up to, earthen walls, 3 cooling tube doors. There's 2 in this area and 1 in our bedroom. Goldie built those. And then instead of picking through dumpsters, we went to Baxter's and got our tongue and groove ceiling just to save some time, because that's kind of how it goes.
This is where we do normally have a wood stove in here for the winter. We took it out on like April 25th this year. We haven't really needed a fire since then. Actually, April's one of the coldest months here because by April, the sun isn't coming in the windows anymore. And if it's still cold outside, then that's when it is pretty chilly. But in the dead of the winter, like in, January, February, and the sun it comes in about 7 feet into this room, and it does stay really nice and warm and humid in here.
And for these areas here on the floor, Goldie did all this tile. We did the flagstone. And this is what I tell the people about earthen floors, is there's a time and a place for them. And it's like, if you're going to be walking in with muddy boots, you kind of want an area to walk in and wash your hands and not be walking on an earthen floor. So that's the purpose of the flagstone, meeting the tile, meeting the earthen floors. And people ask me that question a lot about earthen, so I want to put that out there.
So we are completely off grid here, and our fridge is just a normal, it's not like it's just a high efficiency electric fridge. We do have a propane tank for our stove, and that's all the propane we use.
Yeah, everything functions like a normal house. Got hot water, got cold water, got no washer and dryer yet, but working on it. Probably never have a dryer in this house, but be cool to have a washer. And there's still some work to be done, as you can see, and it's not fully finished, but whose house is, who built it themselves? And if you've done it, great job.
So Earthships are a huge labor-intensive project, and we could not have done this without so much help from neighbors, family, friends. We had tons of work parties. We had tons of guidance from people who have, come before us in the natural building world and really steered us in the right direction.
We just want to thank Crestone and all of our friends and family, like Goldie said. And you really can't do these all by yourself. It would be super depressing if you did. There's too many people to name, really. And we love it here. We love our community. We couldn't do it without them. And that's why Pete and I are here, Owner Builders Unite, kind of giving advice and helping you along with your builds. And we appreciate you guys out there, our fans, our friends who are building. Keep rocking and rolling. We love you, Crestone. And over and out, Owner Builders Unite. Thanks, guys.